Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The violence that Brooke is using against Katie is becoming out of control. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, enough is enough. The reason for this is that Brooke Logan's abuse of her sister Katie Logan is becoming excessive. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Brooke made it quite evident in the most recent episode that she was furious that her daughter Hope Logan was now employed by Katie's design firm. Brooke flung something at her sister's face during their intense dispute, but it struck the computer screen behind her and broke into pieces instead. Yes, Brooke is acting as though her daughter Hope is incapable of making her own professional decisions because she feels deceived and furious. The internet did, of course, have a lot to say about the issue on social media. "What is she going to do next?" wrote a different show critic. "Run her over?" To be honest, I can envision Katie experiencing a heart attack or other potentially fatal situation. Additionally, there was this comment, having said that, "It appeared to me as the scene was being filmed that she was so enraged by the words Hope and Logan that she wanted to destroy it. I didn't think she was trying to hit Katie." Obviously, her uncontrollable rage is not an excuse for destroying property, and she nearly hit Katie as a result. Daphne is devastated by heartbreaking news. Carter, Lawrence St. Victor, and Daphne, Muriel Hilaire, had been trying for a child for several months. Every time she takes a pregnancy test, they are extremely optimistic, but the results are never positive. The newlyweds have been making an effort to maintain their optimism, but their inability to conceive has been a burden. Because of Logan's power move, the power couple also has a lot going on at work. As the business decides how to move forward in the wake of Hope's public departure, Forrester Creations is currently experiencing a crisis. There has been a delay in every line. The two have had a wide range of responsibilities as COO and head of FC's perfume line. Even at the busiest period of their careers, they have mostly concentrated on growing their family. Dylan's life has significantly improved when she started working at FC. She has an apartment of her own and has been working at Bikini Bar to supplement her income. Dylan has also accepted RJ's love approaches, but she made it clear that neither of them is prepared for a close relationship. She is aware that their hearts actually belong to someone else. He was with Elektra, and she was with Will. Dylan has expressed his desire for Will and Elektra's romance to succeed. She will be pleased for them as long as they are content. However, she acknowledged to RJ that she still harbors affections for Will. Although she has been honoring his relationship, he is the prince she has her sights set on. What does Steffi do now that Finn has forgiven Sheila? By referring to Sheila as mom and giving her a loving hug at his office, Finn went too far. His impending proposal to Steffi that they give Sheila another chance, together with his covert desire to embrace his biological mother, had the potential to destroy their marriage's core trust. Finn and Steffi continued to present a united front. Finn was sympathetic to Steffi's Sheila-related trauma. However, he now believes Sheila has improved. She just signed the divorce papers and turned her back on Deacon. The Shin trust has now been betrayed. When Steffi finds out that Finn wants to be with his biological mother, she will be devastated. This might lead to marital discord and have a cascading effect on Steffi's personality. Finn's protection from the woman who shot them both and almost left them for dead is essential to Steffi's sense of marital security. Finn demonstrated that his biological attraction trumps her sense of security by standing up for the lady who frightened their family. Steffi will see Finn's attempt to justify or normalize his emotional bond with Sheila as a psychological betrayal. She won't only beg him to keep Sheila out of their life. If Steffi worries that Finn will keep seeing his mother behind her back, she may forbid Finn from joining their family. Liam frequently waits in the wings whenever Steffi feels unsafe in her marriage. However, Steffi might find comfort in another man's arms now that he is involved in the Forrester-Spencer conflicts. Fans were curious about Wyatt and Shauna's relationship status after they returned to Los Angeles together. However, he might be the one to ruin Steffi and Finn's union. Now that Finn has pardoned Sheila, what will Steffi do? Lee's heartbreaking news, Dylan's risky decision, and Will's revelation. There will be spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. We can anticipate Lee Finnegan giving a gloomy diagnosis on tomorrow's program. Melissa Dillon will encounter a moral conundrum in the interim, but she needs to be honest about the repercussions. Discover what will happen next in the soap opera by continuing to read. Let's start this post with Daphne. The woman married Carter Walton, as fans are aware. They made the decision to start a family as soon as they were married. They had been trying for months, but their pregnancy test is still negative. Therefore, Daphne's decision to see a doctor is the appropriate one. But it also brings with it some depressing news. A sneak peek shows Daphne at the hospital with Lee Finnegan. The doctor enters the room with a dejected expression on her face. Daphne may be informed that she is infertile and will not be able to conceive by the traditional method. Lee actually took in John Finn Finnegan. Lee might advise Daphne to consider adoption even if both situations and results were very different. Another individual who might be drawn into this plot is Zend Forrester Dominguez, who was also adopted. Perhaps Dylan becomes pregnant, in which case Daphne might covertly adopt the child. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra Forrester just gave Dylan a shocking revelation. Dylan raised his eyes as Electra declared she would never be able to be with Will Spencer. Dylan is aware that she cannot begin dating Will as soon as Electra moves out. She might not be able to stop herself, though. Dylan will have to carefully consider her options in any event. Dylan is pursuing Will in an attempt to breach the girl code. Furthermore, does Dylan really want to destroy Electra's friendship and be Will's second choice? Dylan needs to think carefully because this might also cost her her nice new job. When Dylan encounters Will, he will provide his version of events. Dylan will naturally want to console him, but everything has a cost, so pay attention. Finn promises to talk to Steffi after telling Sheila he loves her. Sheila tells Finn how devastated she was after signing the divorce papers while Finn comforts her. However, his referring to her as mom has given her hope. She will never let him down if he comes through for her. She longs for warmth, closeness, and family and misses his touch. She may not have been deserving in the past, but she is today. Sheila implores her son to assist her in reaching Steffi. He is aware of the significance of this for her. He believes her and it means a lot to him as well, but if he backs her, his marriage will fail. Sheila only wants to spend time with her loved ones. Steffi is not required to be present. Her son believes that this is not feasible. His mother says she's okay now. When she had the opportunity, she chose not to drag Deacon and Taylor through the muck. Despite his pride in her, Finn is unable to offend his wife. He hates that she is going through this and loves her, but there is nothing he can do. His mother is still pleading with him to express his desire for a romantic relationship with his wife. At last, he consents to speak with his wife. Sheila can only hope for that. To demonstrate her ability to bring about harmony, she has consented to a divorce. She doesn't anticipate his declaration of love for her. He declares his love for her. They cling to one another. Steffi hangs up after declining to do an interview with Ion Fashion. She inquires about Growing Ridge's well-being. He acknowledged that he had just struck Dollar Bill in the jaw. After firing Will for fighting, he feels a little hypocritical. Steffi worries about Sheila and feels Bill deserved it. She clarifies that although the divorce is proceeding, Sheila still desires a role in her son's life. Finn might give in to his biological mother, Steffi fears. Finn doesn't believe he would turn on his spouse. Bill flaunts the facial bruising he sustained after provoking the dressmaker. He advises his son not to worry about Electra at all. Will is still committed to making things right. According to his father, just because they are in love doesn't mean they are meant to be. There are other ladies, he tells his kid. Will's only desire is Electra. His father will not apologize for sticking it to the Forresters, but he is sorry that he and his girlfriend were caught in the crossfire. Bill assures his kid that he has done nothing improper. Electra need to have shown more empathy. Will is adamant about getting her back. With or without her, his father exhorts him to get on with his life. Will questions why, unlike Katie, he isn't pushing him to fight for her. They are not in the same league, according to Bill. He advises his son that instead of trying himself to be the man Elektra desires, he should be setting the rules. Forresters and Spencers are not intended to be together. In order to distract himself from Elektra, he begs his kid to visit the beach. After stomping in and telling Dylan to shut up, Elektra declares that she has moved out of Will's. Dylan is shocked that this was brought on only by the fashion show. Will beat RJ up, Elektra continues. She took him to the hospital because he was on the verge of a concussion. Dylan can tell she's sad, but he's certain she can work things out and return to Will. Ridge has forced Elektra to choose between Will and Forrester, she reveals. Families are prohibited from interacting. Dylan tells her that she is free to do as she pleases because it is her life. Elektra believes she owes the Forresters something. After getting her to clarify that she is no longer seeing Will, Dylan gives her a warm embrace. Spoilers for the next 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that a number of romantic pairs may face difficulties. Let's discuss what's coming up because there will be a lot of family-related problems to handle. Rose Walton will have a heartbreaking doctor's appointment during the week of Daphne. Daphne will receive some terrible news from Lee Finnegan, and Steffi Forrester Finnegan will accompany her. It appears that Daphne's dream of becoming pregnant with Carter Walton may be thwarted by an infertility issue. In the end, Carter will discover what's happening and suffer alongside Daphne. Steffi will turn back to John Finnegan after comforting Daphne, and she will discover that he wants her to think about allowing Sheila Carter to join their family. Sheila will express her disapproval of Finn's actions and thinks that he has gone insane. By now Finn is aware that Steffi is serious about removing Sheila from their lives. Finn would soon have to give down and let Sheila down if he hopes to maintain their marriage. Melissa Dillon will then attempt to divert Will Spencer's attention from the pain of his split, but he will remain fixated on how much he misses Elektra Forrester. Will is going to approach Elektra and beg them to reconcile, but she might not agree to their breakup. Will finally be cornered by Eric Forrester and told to avoid all the Forresters. Eric and Ridge Forrester intend to proceed with the couture fashion display and attempt to restore Forrester Creations' prominence as the Logan hype fades. It's possible that this fashion show may go place this week, but things might not go as planned. Instead of succeeding as the Forresters had hoped, Eric's most recent collection would fail in the eyes of fashion experts and prospective purchasers. According to BMB spoilers, Carter and Daphne might then talk about what comes next. Daphne and Carter will be caught off guard by the most recent setback, but if they are unable to conceive naturally, they may still hire a surrogate or adopt a child. Daphne might be hesitant to do so, though, because she will still be coping with the anguish and sadness of not being able to carry Carter's child. Carter and Daphne might find it difficult to agree on the best course of action. If Finn informs Sheila that Steffi prevented her from enjoying family time, Sheila might experience disappointment of her own. Sheila's obsession with bonding with Finn and Hayes Finnegan could take her down a perilous path. While RJ Forrester encourages Elektra to concentrate on him rather than her dangerous ex, Dylan might continue to try to draw Will's attention to her. Will Brooke Logan Forrester return from her healing vacation as well? Liam may eventually discuss Hope's panic attack and fainting episode with Brooke because he is still worried about the stress she is experiencing. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam will eventually try to bring Hope and Brooke back together, so keep an eye out.